Today, we actually have Falcons and Cowboys with us, former Falcons and former Cowboy. We have former Falcons, Jimmy Ferris and Brian Scott. And we have former Cowboy Ken Hamlin with us today to share their personal testimonials about EHT and why they partnered with Neora.
Well, thank you guys, Celeste. Thanks everyone for being on the call. Really appreciate the opportunity to kind of share my testimony and share my why. For me, it's really simple, pretty cut and dried. I got into the business, and I'm so excited about EHT simply because I'm concerned about the overall health and well-being of not only myself, but obviously other professional athletes and former NFL family members. And you know, beyond that, just people, you know, in general, you know, mental health and brain health is not something that is unique just to pro athletes or football players or athletes in general. It's something that affects everybody across the board. And so it's just really exciting to be associated with a product that, you know, is really addressing those needs for people all across the board. For me, somebody who, you know, has suffered a handful of concussions through high school, college, and the NFL. You know, when I retired, I started to see more and more of these stories come out about guys who were continuing to suffer the effects of concussions sustained throughout their career. And while I don't necessarily feel those effects today, the reason why I think EHT is such a great product and why I'm so excited about it is because it's a product that you can take right now, whether you feel like you're feeling effects of brain trauma or not, and know that it's something that's going to, you know, help protect you moving forward into the future. You know, we talk all the time about 10, 20, 30 years down the line. And, you know, that's something that's obviously very important to me. And I know a lot of the other players, and certainly to Brian and Ken. One of the great things about EHT is that it offers all of the things that any of the brain health supplements that have already been on the market offer. Most of those products will give you the increased focus and the increase of energy and so on and so forth. EHT definitely delivers all of those things, but it's a product that's actually backed by real science. Real doctors have done a number of studies on the EHT molecule, and it's something that, you know, we've talked about before, where we're talking about protecting our brain in the areas that we don't notice, that we don't see, that we don't feel. And some of those are things that may happen years down the line. And that's what I think is so great about EHT is you take it today, you get that feeling, you know, increased focus, increased alertness right now. But really what you're doing is you're protecting yourself, protecting your brain from any of the harmful effects of things that have happened years in the past that you may start to feel those effects years in the future. And so for me, it's really an investment into the health of my brain. It's an investment into my general health and well-being overall. And I think that's something that, you know, everybody that takes this product, whether you see something, whether you see a change in yourself right now, or whether you're simply just investing in your long-term brain health, it's definitely a product that's going to get you those results.
Jimmy, thank you so much. And you definitely talked about, you know, science behind EHT. And EHT was researched for over 20 years by Dr. Jeffry Stock, and he is with Signum Biosciences, and he's also a professor at Princeton University. So just like you said, this product has a history of research, and we're really excited that it's a product that is patented and available via Neora brand partners. So thank you so much for sharing your testimonial. We will now move to Brian Scott.
My name is Brian Scott, and I played 10 years in the NFL. I just retired 2 seasons ago, and I noticed that with when I got done playing and talking to former players, and including myself, that some days things would just be off. Couldn't quite understand as to why, didn't know what it was, just would some days be in a serious fog or very short-tempered, and that's, for those that know me, that is not my personality at all. But this seemed to be a commonality amongst a lot of us former players. And if there's one thing that's really frustrating as an athlete, when you're in tune with your body, when you know something's wrong, but you can't pinpoint what it is, that seems to be very frustrating. So when EHT was making its debut, my wife being a brand partner, she brought it home and had me take it. And then she would ask, do you feel a difference after I had been on it for about a month? And I said, I don't know if I really see a difference. I said, what do you see? She said, what? She said, you seem so focused. You are sleeping so well at night. I said, all of those snappy little tempers that used to flare up every now and again are completely gone. She said, I feel like I have my husband back. And then we just recently heard Dr. Amen talk about being a brain warrior and the effects of, concussions and how things actually set in, dementia, all this stuff sets in 30 to 40 years before it actually happens. And a concussion is not just when you've been knocked out or knocked unconscious. It's whenever you have seen those stars, like there's an impact and then you see those flashes of stars. Well, I started thinking back over my career and I said, wow, okay, well, if you take, not even including Pop Warner, but if you just started high school, at the bare minimum, I've seen those things at least 5 times a season. So I said, take 5 times it by my 18-year career through high school, college, and pro. I said, that's a lot of concussions I've suffered. And I was very scared. But in taking AHT, it has really just improved just me, my mental focus, like I said, my clarity, sleeping well. And I just think it's very, very important. I've talked to so many of my friends and former teammates about this. I think it's something that needs to not just be shown and given to athletes, but just everyone. We talk about being brain warriors, and I think that is so important to take care of our brain. So I'm just so blessed and excited to be a part of this.
Brian, thank you so much. I know I was at the meeting where Dr. Amen spoke to, all of the Neora brand partners, and he really encouraged us to know that we don't have to live with the brain that we have, improve our brain health by focusing on all of the right things like diet, exercise, and the use of EHT. Many of us left that meeting committed to being brain warriors. But some of the things that I remember taking away from that conversation that Dr. Amen had is he said that if you're going to live to the age of 85, that 50% of us will risk losing our mind. I thought that was just an incredible statistic. And he also, shared what you had mentioned, that 30 to 50 years before you actually show symptoms, your brain is showing signs of change that overall impact your brain health, and that we can truly make a difference by starting, certain activities and focusing on our diet and our fitness, as well as, taking a supplement to help our future, which I think is important. One of my favorite quotes from Dr. Amen's presentation was, he said, don't wait until you get sick to get healthy. So I thought that was one that was very fitting for today. So why don't we move into our third testimonial today from Ken Hamlin.
This is Ken Hamlin. I appreciate, hearing the other testimonials and what they hit on, the points they hit on. I think my message starts with me and just, of course, we have, from Pee Wee ball, you have, high school and different things going on. But I think that, my initial, recognition of head injuries came when I was in Seattle, and most that know about it, having head trauma and having things happen to me where I was in a position where I was in the hospital for 7 days, and I had a fractured skull, I had blood clots and everything like that on my brain. And that gave me the point where I had to really take something serious and I had to understand what's going to be next, because laying in the hospital bed and not knowing really if you're going to live, let alone play a game again, you start to see, what is more important. And, I think that was the one time that I really had to really see what my brain looked like and what type of things can go wrong with your brain, when you have these type of collisions or hits or anything like that. So playing a game for so long and having all these issues happen, then you get introduced, and Maisha, I was blessed that Maisha introduced me to this product and to the company, and just seeing the type of things that Nerium can do, that Nerium is doing, it was a direct hit for me. I think that it hit home immediately. There was no hesitation on the product side. I felt like this was something that could definitely benefit me, could definitely help me in the type of issues that I was having. I mean, people don't know. I after the injury in Seattle, I was having multiple seizures. Just out of the blue. Stuff like that happening. You don't know when that one that's going to be so serious where you might not come out of it. So I took this opportunity serious because I felt like this is a product that not only could I be behind, but a product that I could use and actually benefit me. So business-wise and personally, this company and this product and these products, they fit me. They fit everything that I want to do as far as living a long life, living a healthy life, and want to still be active while I'm living this life and getting older. And I don't want to see a change in me. I don't want to see a change in me when I get down the line. And I think this product does a good job. Like Brian hit on, all these symptoms and all these type of illnesses, they hit you, and Dr. Amos said it, they hit you 30 or 40 years down before you even actually see it. So why wait? Why wait on something that's going to hit you now and wait for it to actually show later on, when you could be on a product that could do so many things for you and actually maybe even possibly take that away from even happening. But it's going to help your brain and the type of health that you want to have and the type of brain that you want to have. And of course, we have to assist in that in the way that we live our lives as well. But it's something that's going to help and really push us to a whole nother level of living. And I think that's one thing that I've taken with this product is that I've seen a difference. I've seen my sleep patterns change to where I know that I'm getting a lot better sleep than I've ever gotten within the last probably 7 or 8 years. The focus that we've been talking about, that's real. That's not something that's just being spoken about because we want to pub this product. It's something that's actually real. It's something that's actually happening to me and to others who are taking this product. And I just look at it where that attentiveness, that focus, that energy that I have, and then just to know that that's just the things that I'm seeing. That's not the things that this product is doing that I don't even see. And that's the biggest thing for me is that it's going to do something for me that I can't even see that I'm going to benefit on down the line. This is not just a multivitamin that's going to give you your B12s and that type of stuff. This is a product that's going to give you longevity. And that's one thing that I could preach with people on is just know that that's something that we don't pay attention to, and we need to pay attention to our brain a lot more than we do. On the business side, it makes sense. It's as simple as that. This makes sense. It makes sense to have a product like this that you're using, and to be a part of a company that's actually the one that's going to be introducing this product. So I think that with that being said, I conclude on that. I think that this is something that's a no-brainer. No pun, not even to throw that in there, but it is a no-brainer. This is something that it makes too much sense not to be a part of it. So I expect everybody on this line that's not a part of Nerium to be a part of Nerium real soon. And I definitely see you all in St. Louis when we're all celebrating. Thank you.
Ken, thank you so much. So Ken, you touched on a couple of things. When you talk about being in the red zone, I know as a football player, you know all about being in the red zone, but truly I opened this call talking about if you really want peak performance, this is the product for you. And Ken, you also talked about, building a strong team and wanting to see, more people join us as we share this wonderful product with all Americans, because truly, if you love your family and you love your friends, this is a great product. So I'm going to just really thank Jimmy, Brian, and Ken again for being on this call with us today. Get back with the brand partner that invited you to this call today. And first of all, thank them for caring enough about you to invite you to the call. But get with that brand partner today and go ahead and order your box of EHT so that you could try this product out, and then really start beginning to notice the impact and the effects of EHT. And then plan to attend a live EHT debut event in your local market so that you can personally share your stories about EHT. And if you truly want to become a brain warrior to talk to other people about this wonderful product, again, get with the brand partner that invited you to the call today. We'd love for you to join our Neorium family. And thank you guys so much again for joining the call today. We really appreciate it. We had over 200 people on the line today, so that's just incredible. Thank you guys so much for giving up a little piece of your time. Thank you guys so much. Bye-bye.